Good morning. It's Tuesday at 8:22 in the morning. My daughter just left for school a little while ago, but we had another great conversation. We have so many. And I asked her this morning, I said, do you think you're a good person? And I loved her answer, I just love the way she thinks, she's so practical and really spot on. And for 13, I just think, wow. She said, yeah, I think I am. She's like, sometimes, I feel like I say things that I wish, I wish I didn't say, but mostly I'm good. And I said, I totally can relate, And I said, what is it where are the areas where you feel like maybe you could do some work? She says, some of the kids in school, when they make the teachers feel bad, it gets me mad, I think to myself, like, I get angry with them. And I was like, yeah, I understand. I have some customers that challenge my patience levels also. But I love the conversations that we have, and we get to talk about so many things, and she's open to it, And so I was telling her this morning, the importance of being in this state of a certain state, being in a certain state, a state of peace, a state of where you're not agitated, where you don't have anxiety. And we really started talking about that and the different ways that you can structure your life so that you're not faced with these kinds of energies. And there's even science understands this, it's called psychoneuroimmunology. You could look it up, just look up PNI. But the focus of that particular kind of work is on thoughts and emotions and how they affect your nervous, the endocrine system, and the immune systems of your body. And it's a real thing. And probably a lot of you have heard, that men who are married live longer. If they're happy, you live longer. And you just know instinctively that life is better when you're happy. And, our nervous system, there's just so many ways to look at this. And I hesitate. There's so many people place importance on what you think. And I understand that. But it's layered. It's not just what you think, right? It's the rightness of what you think. That's what people say. Yeah, it's important what you think, but it also has to be right. It has to be correct. And for me, you see this all the time with regards to religion, spirituality, politics. These are some pretty big deals. I mean, these are some large aspects of our lives. And the people that we share this world with, our friends, our family, our mates. And, we kind of tend to look at the things that they think and assign some kind of value to that person. Like, if a person says that they believe Jesus is the Son of God, you might think a certain way about it. Let's say you disagree with it. Inside your head, you're going, well, I also think I'm a son of God. But you can't say that because then the other person gets angry and says there's only one Son of God. Or somebody would say, yeah, and I see God in that tree over there. And someone says, that's ridiculous. What do you mean that's where God is? That's God? Yeah, I see God in that tree. I see God in my whole life, in everything. And people we get so wrapped up, caught up in being correct. And I think we're really losing something here. I think there's something happening there that's not good. And that woodpecker is killing me. I want to shoot that thing. Isn't that terrible? I want to kill that bird because every day it is putting dents into my building for no reason. Why? Why does that bird have to destroy my building? I don't know. But our thoughts and emotions, how they affect us, they absolutely do. And it can rob us of our joy and even our health. Think about that. That's crazy. Yet it's true. In science, there's plenty of information that you can look at. And so there's no point in even denying it. And then the question is like, when I think about, I remember when I was really heavy into seeking and looking at the ideas and principles of religion and God and trying to see where I stood with all of that. One of the things that I noticed is that my friends would argue with each other and they could get angry with each other because one person thought the other person was thinking the wrong thing. And some people will say that your very soul is in jeopardy if you believe the wrong thing. And think about what that does to the person who's being confronted, and they're being pulled out of their joy. They're being pulled out of their happiness. And maybe they're even questioning what they believe, when what they believe brought them peace and joy. And that peace and joy is bringing them peace of mind, good health. Why would we want to drag people away? Why do we do it? Why can't we just listen to somebody and be happy that they're in a state of bliss or joy? That what they believe makes them happy. And you listen to somebody who wants to express their happiness and joy, and you're just waiting to pounce and just tear it apart, that argument, and say, no, I'm sorry, but science doesn't support that idea or belief. And also the Bible doesn't either. And you better start thinking about this really hard, because if you don't, you're going to wind up in hell possibly. Why do we do this? Why are people doing this? You guys, for us to enter the new world, this is pretty simple. When we turn on our smartphones, our TVs, the news and everything, we're faced with all this horrific stuff that's happening. How do you make this stuff stop? How do we stop it? And I'm telling you that it really starts with you. It starts with me individually. And this principle needs to propagate. And it's the principle of live and let live. It's pretty simple. You treat others like you want to be treated. Where have you heard that before? This last year has taught me so much. And I feel like sharing because, I was somebody that used to believe that the correct political ideas and beliefs and religious ideas and beliefs, that it was important to be correct. And I really did believe that there was a large value in that. I placed a high value on it. And now what I see is that what's really important is, yes, what you believe. If it brings you peace into your life, if it brings joy into your life, it's good. If you believe that tree outside is God and you're in bliss 95% of the day, man, more power to you. That tree is God. And I'm so glad that you think so. It's so important. If your life is filled with anxiety, you can't sleep, you're angry, you feel like God, the universe, is against you, that life sucks, and that nothing works for you, it's time to start looking at what you believe. And one of the easiest ways to get to a place where you can start thinking differently is to detox the negativity that's in your life. It's so important. Turn off the bad news. Don't look at political stuff at all. If religion is a problem for you, then stop thinking about it for now. Get whatever it is. If it's a person in your life, if it's persons in your life that are nagging you, that are agitating you, that are suffocating you, then remove yourself. You've got to take charge of your life. Start listening to beautiful music like what's playing in the back. Go outside and take your shoes off and watch the birds fly. Watch the clouds go by. Try to find shapes in the clouds. Draw, paint, sing, dance. Bring joy into your life. Just for a little while, try it for a week or 2 weeks. And watch how everything changes. And you know, pretty soon, when you get good at this, the world's going to start looking different to you. And you're going to be happy. Way happier. By yourself, you can't solve any political problem, any religious problem. You can't. Even with 100 of your best friends, what can you do? Believe what you want to believe if it brings you peace and joy. If it doesn't cause you to step on somebody else's beliefs. Great. That's it. That's what you're looking for. That's what the world is looking for. Your walk with God, Source, whatever you want to call it, that's a personal journey. You should be able to share your ideas about it and not be attacked. Same with politics. If you want to participate in that system and you can do it and it doesn't leave you feeling angry, great. But gosh, if it's leaving you feeling angry, if you're agitated, if you're upset, then get out. Stop it. Put it away, at least for now. For a while. Reclaim your peace. It's so important. It's so important that when you wake up every morning, that's what you're feeling. You're feeling peace. Put some beautiful music on like this. Think about all of the wonderful things that you do have in your life. Instead of getting on a news site or Facebook, make breakfast with your daughter, your son, or just make breakfast for yourself and listen to some nice music. Dance. Change your state of mind if it's something less than desirable. It's so important to just be aware that if you're living your life and you feel anxiety, something's not right. You've got to try to improve that situation. And there's lots of resources available to help you do it. We just have to remind ourselves. And I know this isn't pie in the sky. I'm not saying that every minute of your day is going to be bliss. I know that we have problems and things that we have to face, but there are certain dynamics that we can absolutely control. And that's the kind of people that we surround ourselves with, the kind of material that we decide to sit down with. Instead of watching bad news, maybe watch how a log cabin is built. These things make a big difference in your life. It can make a huge difference in your life. If you're constantly arguing with somebody or not talking to them, why are you there? Get out. Get away. Save yourself. Psychoneuroimmunology, PNI. It's a focus on how thoughts and emotions affect your nervous system, your endocrine system, your immune system. It's your health. Your health depends on what you think, what you believe to be true. It's so simple. Anyway, I hope that that's something to think about. And if we just spend a few minutes a day thinking about it, we can make some improvement in our lives. I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye.